Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Edina Riana. My student ID is 3323026. So today I will be presenting classroom management project. Okay, so we start from the first one is teaching tolerance. What is teaching tolerance? Teaching tolerance is the process of helping students develop respect, understanding, and appreciation for people who have different backgrounds, cultures, religions, languages, abilities, and opinions. Tolerance does not mean that we must always agree with each other. Instead, it means accepting differences respectfully and treating everyone fairly and kindly. A tolerant classroom encourages students to listen to different perspectives, communicate politely, and work together despite their differences. Why is teaching tolerance important? Teaching tolerance is important because schools are places where students learn not only academic knowledge, but also social values. Students interact with classmates who may have different cultures, religions, languages, learning abilities, or personalities. When tolerance is taught, students become more empathetic, cooperative, and respectful. They are less likely to bully or discriminate against others and more willing to help classmates. A tolerant classroom creates a safe and supportive learning environment where every student has equal opportunities to succeed. The objectives of teaching tolerance. Teachers want students to respect differences, accept and appreciate people from different backgrounds, cultures, and opinions. Develop empathy, understand and care about other people's feelings, communicate politely, speak respectfully, and listen carefully to others. Cooperate with others, work together as a team, and help each other. Solve conflicts peacefully, handle disagreements through discussion instead of fighting. Become responsible citizens, make good decisions, and contribute positively to society. Why do students become intolerant? Lack of knowledge. People may judge others because they do not understand different cultures or beliefs. Family influence. Children often learn attitudes and behaviors from their families. Cultural stereotypes. Unfair assumptions about certain groups can lead to prejudice. Peer pressure, people may copy negative behavior to fit in with their friends. Social media influence, online misinformation, and hate speech can increase intolerance. Fear of differences, some people are uncomfortable with those who seem different from them. Misunderstanding, poor communication, or false information can create conflict. The teacher's role. Teachers play an important role in creating a safe and respectful classroom. They should treat everyone student equally, encourage kindness and respect, respond to bullying quickly, and appreciate different cultures and backgrounds. By doing these things, teacher helps students feel accepted, valued, and confident to learn together. The strategies for teaching tolerance. Teachers can use different teaching strategies to help students understand and respect others. These activities encourage students to communicate, work together, listen to different opinions, and appreciate people from different backgrounds. As a result, students develop empathy, cooperation, and tolerance in everyday life. These are classroom activities. For examples of classrooms is culture day activities. Students present their traditions, food, clothing, or language. Respect circles. Students give compliments to classmates. Team projects. Students work in mixed groups. Peer discussions. Students discuss different opinions respectfully. Community service. Students participate in activities that help others. Now we continue to the challenges of teaching tolerance. Teaching tolerance is not always easy because teachers may face different challenges in the classroom. Problems such as bullying, prejudice, stereotypes, cultural misunderstandings, family influence, social media, and language barriers can affect how students interact with one another. Teachers need patience, good communication, and appropriate strategies to help students overcome these challenges. The benefits of teaching tolerance. Teaching tolerance benefits both students and teachers. Students learn to respect others, build strong friendships, communicate effectively, and solve conflicts peacefully. At the same time, teachers can create a more positive classroom environment with fewer behavior problems, better participation, and more effective learning for everyone. So the conclusion is teaching tolerance helps create a classroom wherever students feel respected, accepted, and safe. It promotes empathy, cooperation, effective communication, and peaceful conflict resolution. Teachers play a vital role in building an inclusive learning environment by modeling respect, fairness, and kindness. And for the second one, I will explain about helping students handle anger, frustration, and aggression. So before that, we need to understand first about anger, frustration, and aggression. What does these terms mean? Anger is a natural emotion that occurs when someone feels hurt, disappointed, or treated unfairly. Frustration is a feeling that happens when someone cannot achieve a goal or solve a problem. And aggression is behavior intended to hurt someone physically or emotionally, such as hitting, shouting, insulting, or threatening others. Anger and frustration are emotions, but aggression is a behavior. The causes of anger, frustration, and aggression. Students may show anger, frustration, or aggressive behavior for many reasons. Academic pressure, family problems, bullying, conflicts with friends, stress, anxiety, and feeling ignored or treated unfairly can affect their emotions. Some students with learning disabilities or special educational needs may also have difficulty expressing or managing their feelings. Understanding these causes helps teachers respond with empathy and provide the right support. Why is emotional management important? Emotional management is an essential skill that helps students recognize, understand, and control their emotions in healthy ways. In school, students may experience stress, disappointment, anger, or frustration because of academic challenges, conflicts with classmates, or personal problems. When they know how to manage these emotions, they are less likely to react impulsively or aggressively. Students who develop emotional management skills can stay calm during difficult situations, think before they act, and solve problems peacefully. They also improve their self-control, communicate more respectfully, build stronger friendships, and feel more confident in themselves. In addition, managing emotions helps students stay focused in class, participate actively in learning, and achieve better academic performance. Therefore, teaching emotional management is an important part of creating a safe, supportive, and positive classroom environment. Next, the teacher's role. How can teachers help? Teachers should stay calm and patient, listen actively, build trusting relationships, teach emotional regulation skills, encourage positive behavior, respond consistently and fairly, work together with parents and school counselors. The strategies for helping students, effective classroom strategies. Teach emotional vocabulary, practice deep breathing and relaxation, create a calm down corner, use positive reinforcement, teach problem solving skills, encourage reflection, model appropriate behavior. The classroom activities. Activities to help students manage emotions. Teachers can use classroom activities such as emotion check-in, role-playing, journaling, group discussion, mindfulness activities, and problem-solving games. Now I will talk about preventing aggressive behavior. Preventing aggression is more effective than dealing with aggressive behavior after it happens. Teachers can reduce the risk of aggression by creating a safe, supportive, and well-organized classroom environment. Setting clear classroom rules helps students understand what behavior is expected and what the consequences are for breaking the rules. Giving clear instructions also reduces confusion and frustration that may lead to negative behavior. Building positive relationships with students makes them feel respected, valued, and supported. Teachers should recognize and praise positive behavior to encourage students to repeat good actions. In addition, teaching conflict resolution skills helps students solve disagreements through communications instead of aggression. Providing emotional support allows students to express their feelings in healthy ways, while early intervention helps teachers identify and address small problems before they become more serious. Together, these strategies create a positive classroom climate where students feel safe, respected, and ready to learn. Now I will explain about the challenges of this part. Managing students' emotion is not always easy. Some students may refuse to follow instruction or reject help because they feel embarrassed or angry. Teachers also face frequent emotional outbursts, which can interrupt lessons and affect other students. Time is another challenge. Teachers often have limited time to provide individual emotional support while also completing the lesson. Some students receive little emotional support at home, making classroom management even more difficult. Every student also has different emotional needs. A strategy that works for one student may not work for another in large classes. It can be difficult for teachers to monitor every student's emotional conditions. Despite these challenges, teachers should remain patient, flexible, and supportive while working together with parents, counselors, and school staff. The benefits of helping students manage emotions. Teaching students how to manage their emotions has many benefits for both students and teachers. Students can control their emotions better, stay focused during lessons, feel more confident, build positive relationships, and improve their academic performance. Teachers also benefit because there are fewer classroom disruption and a more positive learning environment. Students participate more actively, follow classroom rules, and cooperate with others. As a result, classroom management becomes easier and learning is more effective for everyone. So the conclusion about this part is helping students handle anger, frustration, and aggressions is an important part of classroom management. Teachers should create a supportive classroom environment, teach emotional regulation skills, encourage positive behavior, and work together with parents and school counselors. By helping students manage their emotions, teachers promote better learning, healthier relationships, and a safer classroom. And next for the third one is disruptive behavior. So what is disruptive behavior? Disruptive behavior refers to actions that interrupt the teaching and learning process or prevent other students from learning effectively. For examples include talking during lessons, interrupting the teacher, making inappropriate comments, distracting classmates, refusing to follow instructions, using mobile phones during class, leaving the seat without permission. Disruptive behavior affects both the students and the entire classroom. Types of disruptive behavior. Verbal disruptions are talking loudly, shouting, making jokes, interrupting. Physical disruptions are throwing objects, leaving seats, fighting, damaging property. Passive disruptions are refusing to participate, ignoring instructions, leaving the class, daydreaming. Digital disruptions are using mobile phones, playing games, and browsing social media. Now we talk about causes of disruptive behavior. Disruptive behavior may be caused by lack of interest in the lesson, learning difficulties, attention-seeking behavior, family problems, peer influence, emotional or mental health issues, unclear classroom rules, boredom, or lack of engagement. The effects of disruptive behavior. Disruptive behavior affects everyone in the classroom. For students, frequent disruptions make it difficult to concentrate and complete their work. Students who behave disruptively may also receive lower grades because they miss important learning opportunities. Disruptive behavior can damage relationships within classmates. It may cause arguments, bullying, or feelings of frustration among students who want to learn. Teachers are also affected. Instead of focusing on teaching, they spend valuable time managing behavior problems. This increases stress and reduces instructional time. The classroom environment becomes less positive. Students may feel uncomfortable participating because they are constantly distracted. As a result, the overall quality of learning decreases. This is why effective learning management is essential for creating a productive learning environment. The teacher's role. Teachers should stay calm and professional, set clear expectations, build positive relationships, give clear instructions, be consistent and fair, encourage positive behavior, communicate with parents. The strategies for managing disruptive behavior. Teachers should focus on positive and preventive strategies rather than punishment alone. Positive reinforcement means praising students that when they behave appropriately, this encourages them to repeat positive behavior. Teachers can also redirect an appropriate behavior. For example, instead of arguing with a student who is talking, the teacher may ask the student to answer a question or participate in the lesson using nonverbal signals such as Eye contact or moving closer to the students can stop minor disruptions without interrupting the lesson. Changing seating arrangements can reduce distractions by separating students who often talk to each other. Providing engaging lessons keeps students interested and reduces boredom, which is a common cause of disruptive behavior. Some students need individual support to address personal or academic difficulties. When necessary, teachers should apply fair and consistent consequences that help students learn from their mistakes rather than simply punishing them. Next, preventing disruptive behavior. The best way to manage disruptive behavior is to prevent it before it starts. Teachers should establish clear rules, maintain positive relationships, and create engaging lessons. Teaching students social skills such as communication, cooperation, and respect helps reduce classroom conflicts. Teachers should also observe students carefully so they can recognize early warning signs before behavior becomes more serious. The challenges. Teachers face many challenges when managing disruptive behavior, like classes, different students' needs, and limited time make classroom management difficult. Some students are also receive little support from home. Therefore, teachers need patience, flexibility, and cooperation with parents and school staff. The benefits of effective classroom management. Effective classroom management benefits everyone. Students behave more responsibly, participate more actively, and achieve better academic results. Teachers can focus on teaching instead of constantly dealing with behavior problems. So the conclusion of this topic is disruptive behavior can interrupt learning, but it can be managed effectively through positive classroom management. Teachers should understand students' needs, establish clear expectations, encourage positive behavior, and work together with parents to create a safe and productive learning environment. And next, I will discuss some classroom management case studies. Let's start with the first one. Problem 1. Mrs. Johnson is a fifth grade teacher who has been teaching for over 10 years. This year she has a student named Alex who frequently displays aggressive behavior. Alex often interrupts lessons, talks back to the teacher, and sometimes even becomes physically aggressive towards his classmates. Mrs. Johnson has tried various strategies to manage Alex's behavior, such as setting clear rules and consequences, positive reinforcement for good behavior, and speaking with Alex privately to understand the root of his aggression. However, despite her efforts, Alex's behavior has not improved significantly. The question is, what classroom management techniques can Mrs. Johnson implement to address Alex's aggressive behavior? The answer is Mrs. Johnson should focus on preventive and supportive classroom management instead of relying only on punishment. Aggressive behavior often has underlying causes such as frustration, difficulty controlling emotions, or unmet emotional needs. The first one is teach emotional regulation and self-control. Mrs. Johnson can teach Alex simple strategies to manage his emotions, such as deep breathing, counting to 10, or taking short breath in a calm corner before reacting aggressively. Many aggressive students struggle to control their emotions. Teaching self-regulation skills helps Alex calm himself before his anger turns into aggressive actions. Over time, he will learn healthier ways to express frustration. The second one is create an individual behavior support plan. Mrs. Johnson can develop a behavior contract with Alex. The contract should include clear behavior goals, expectations, rewards for positive behavior, and regular progress reviews. A behavior support plan provides consistency and clear expectations. Alex knows exactly what behaviors are expected and receives positive motivation when he meets those expectations, increasing his responsibility for his own behavior. The third one is build a positive teacher-student relationship. Mrs. Johnson should spend time talking with Alex outside disciplinary situations, shows empathy, tries his strengths, and make him feel respected. Students are more likely to cooperate with teachers they trust. A supportive relationship can reduce frustration and encourage Alex to respond positively to classroom rules. The conclusion is by teaching emotional regulation, creating an individual behavior plan, and building positive relationship, Mrs. Johnson can reduce Alex's aggression behavior while creating a safer and more supportive classroom environment. And next, case study 2. Problem 2. Mr. Smith is a seventh-grade math teacher who has noticed that several students in his class frequently engage in off-task behavior during lessons. The students often daydream, chat with classmates, or use their phones instead of focusing on their work. Despite Mr. Smith's attempts to redirect their attention and provide engaging activities, the problem persists. This off-task behavior is disrupting the learning environment and affecting the overall performance of the class. Problem 2. The question is, what strategies can Mr. Smith use to increase on-task behavior and decrease off-task behavior? The answer: to improve our students' attention, Mr. Smith should use classroom management strategies that increase engagement and maintain students' focus throughout the lesson. The first one is use proactive and interactive learning activities. Mr. Smith can include group discussions, educational games, problem-solving activities, and hands-on exercises instead of only lecturing. Students are less likely to become distracted when they actively participate in learning. Interactive lessons keep students interested and increase on-task behavior. The second one is establish clear classroom expectations. Mr. Smith should clearly explain classroom rules about phone use, participation, and respectful behavior. These expectations should be reviewed regularly. Students are more likely to stay focused when they understand what is expected of them. Consistent rules also reduce confusion and appropriate behavior. The third one is use positive reinforcement. Mr. Smith can praise students who stay focused or provide small rewards such as participation points or classroom privileges. Positive reinforcement encourages students to repeat appropriate behaviors. When students receive recognition for staying on task, they become more motivated to maintain good behavior. So the conclusion is using engaging lessons, establishing clear expectation, and providing positive reinforcement can increase students' attention and interest of task behavior, creating a more productive learning environment. And we continue to the last part is case study 3. Problem 3. Miss Brown is an 8th-grade English teacher who is facing challenges with a student named Jake. Jake frequently exhibits disruptive behavior in class, such as talking out of turn, making inappropriate comments, and distracting other students. Despite Miss Brown's attempts to manage the behavior through verbal warnings and setting changes, Jake's behavior has not improved. This disruptive behavior is affecting the learning environment and making it difficult for other students to concentrate on their work. Question is, what specific strategies can Miss Brown implement to manage Jake's disruptive behavior? The answer: Ms. Brown should combine proactive classroom management with positive behavior support to reduce Jake's disruptive behavior. The first one is use positive behavior enforcement. Ms. Brown should immediately praise Jake whenever he follows classroom rules. Wait for his turn to speak or participate appropriately. Recognizing positive behavior motivates Jake to repeat those behaviors. Students often respond better to encouragement than repeated punishment. The second one is give clear instructions and consistent consequences. Ms. Brown should explain classroom expectations before each lesson and apply consequences fairly whenever rules are broken. Consistency helps students understand the connection between their actions and the outcomes. Jake will learn that disruptive behavior always has predictable consequences. The third one is encourage student engagement. Ms. Brown can involve Jake in the classroom discussion, assign leadership roles, or give him meaningful classroom responsibilities. Students who are actively involved are less likely to seek attention through disruptive behavior. Giving Jake responsibility can improve his confidence and sense of belonging. So the conclusion: by using positive reinforcement, maintaining consistent expectation, and increasing classroom engagement, Ms. Brown can reduce Jake's disruptive behavior while creating a more positive learning environment for the entire class.